folks, we're here. We just had another month subside.
We did indeed.
September, to be exact.
Yep. September's over. Wake up the lead singer from Green Day.
Billy Joe Armstrong.
Yeah, that guy.
I know names and things. So, as per always here at the Wrestling Rundown, we have a top 5 every month. Used to be Thomas's top 5, but Thomas just can't make it out here all that often anymore. So we have taken upon ourselves to top 5 for him. And so this month, since we've been ping-ponging back and forth, it's your turn, Mr. Travis Colt, for a top 5 of September. And I've noticed that your top 5 might be a tag team edition.
Yes, it is indeed, because September was... there was a lot of tag team stuff going on. Talking about King of Trios.
A lot of cool tag team stuff happening in NXT.
Yeah.
The SmackDown Tag Team Tournament.
Ladder War 6 and Ring of Honor. So lots of stuff happening in the tag team neck of the woods of wrestling. So we're going to be sticking to that because all these guys had...
Ladder War 6 on Friday?
Yep.
Okay.
It
so
was.
It made the cutoff by that day.
Yep, it was the very last day of September. So, starting off with...
Number 5.
Number 5 is a team that was in the SmackDown Tag Tournament, and they made a huge...
The Headbangers.
No, they made a huge... They were actually the end of August. They had a huge change in their mentality when they took their heel turn. I'm talking about the Usos.
Oh, hey, that's a good choice.
The Usos, who have been face for so long, they've gotten over with the crowd, and in one fell swoop, they were instantly heel by taking out the knee of Chad Gable, ruining
American Alpha's like the favorites when that turned.
Yeah, and the fact that they got taken out literally days before Backlash was going to happen, it changed the whole thing, and then that's been their MO now. Now they have that new aggressive way to finish things. The big super kick to the back of the leg with the Tequila Sunrise. Rather than hitting that big superfly splash as like a high spot finish, they're making people tap out now.
Yeah.
And it's been a really great transition, and it's a new, fresh version of the Usos. And they've fallen into it just so easily, and they've made a great name for themselves as a heel team.
Yeah, it's great because it's a really throwback to when they first debuted.
Yeah,
because when they first debuted, they were very similar. They were very thuggish, very aggressive, upstart team. The big difference now is they're way more refined as a tag team.
And people know them.
Yeah, they're not just two guys who look alike, being a bad team. They're now two well-established people who have grown a lot as wrestlers in the last few years, now being a bad team.
Yeah, so congratulations to the Usos making it to the top 5. Moving on to number 4. I wasn't sure which one of us were going to say. Going to move over to the Raw brand of WWE things as we look at the current longest reigning WWE Tag Team Champions looking to break the record held by Demolition. I'm talking about the New Day.
Yeah, I think if I remember right, doing the calculations, the Monday Night Raw, I think right before whatever the December pay-per-view is going to be.
TLC.
Or maybe the one right after. It's one of the Monday Night Raws.
It's before the end of the year.
In December.
Yeah.
Will be the day that the New Day will have to retain that Monday night to break Demolition's record.
Yeah. But regardless if they do or do not, they'd still be the second longest reigning tag team champions of all time, and they've been continuously entertaining being the tag team champions. And
even borderline saving shitty old day segment.
And that's one of the biggest things that I have to lend it to the New Day is with how poorly Gallows and Anderson have been used on in WWE since they're breaking away from AJ Styles. The New Day have done their best to not only help bad segments, but show how good Gallows and Anderson are.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
not only are they a great team themselves, but they know how to put over their opponents. I know you didn't watch Raw, but Kofi, I got to give it to him. He got chucked into the stairs by Gallows, came back in and finished the match, and was just covered in blood.
Ooh,
Really?
really?
He got bashed into the stair, ended up getting like 6 stitches in his head,
Dang.
and was still able to finish the match. But just each one of these guys brings such a great dynamic to the team. They do,
What I like is also these guys now also have that like really visible sense of trust with each other.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Because nothing shows like the two guys you're talking about, Gallows and Kofi. Kofi loves doing that over the top rope backwards hurdle.
Only to Gallows.
Yeah.
Like
he obviously definitely trusts Gallows with his well-being.
Yeah. So big shout out to the New Day for continuously being entertaining, being great champions, and helping out other teams than just yourselves. Alright, so I'm just going to preface this right now. These next top 3 spots are all 3 teams that were in Ladder War 6 for Ring of Honor's All-Star Extravaganza.
Wow.
All for different reasons.
How about number 3 then?
Number 3, going right to the Motor City Machine Guns. They were definitely the extra team in the match. Still, the fact that both of these guys just recently had pretty serious injuries not too long ago, and they're putting their bodies on the line in a match that is utterly insane. Is just I cannot put that in high enough regard that they're still willing to go out there, put on such an amazing show, and still maintain who they are and not have a loss, not be defined by a win or a loss. They were not a part of the finish of the match. They were literally just integral in little bits of it. But still, it was vital to have them in it, though.
Yeah.
Regardless if they win or lose, or if they're champions or not, they needed to be in it because they added another level of legitimacy to this match with a team that is so well renowned for these insane matches. And going back, the past Ladder Wars. First one was Steen and Generico versus the Briscoes. Second one was Steen and Generico versus the American Wolves. Then it was Briscoes versus the All Night Express. Steen versus Generico, and Cole versus Briscoe. There's only been 5 other matches. None of these guys have been in them. And, the Motor City Machine Guns, yeah, great. They're great at the X Division stuff, and, they're good in ladder matches, but they just proved again just how great they are and how any roster that has the machine guns on it, if they're not using the machine guns, they're doing it wrong in TNA. You have gold with the Motor City Machine Guns. And speaking of gold, that'll take me right into number 2, and that being the champions heading into the match, the Addiction. You have 2 veterans, 2 guys who have been wrestling for so long and seemingly don't slow down. Frankie Kazarian, he wasn't necessarily one of my favorites in TNA, but I always knew who he was. And as he's built his way with Christopher Daniels through Ring of Honor, I've gotten so much more respect for Kazarian. But specifically in this match, he took one of the most dangerous looking indie taker, Melter, whatever you want to call it, drivers from the Young Bucks.
Oh, yeah.
Off the second rope, through a table as Nick Jackson jumped off the top of the ladder. Unfucking real.
The way I thought about this match is watching Christopher Daniels' promo.
Yes.
Prior to this match.
Exactly.
Kind of made me feel like this is going to be not per se their last hurrah, But, like, this is going to be the last time probably these guys are going to be in this, like, dangerous, this, like, physically aggressive match where, you know, they're going to be taking this many risks. And, of course, they're going to be doing it with, like, two teams that they're extremely comfortable with.
Yeah.
You know? So I feel like just, you know, there's not going to be any more, you know, Ultimate X style, Ladder War style, anything of that nature style stuff down the line, or at least not in the near future for Daniels or Kazarian.
No. And, you know, and yes, beginning with that promo, Daniels, I've loved Christopher Daniels since his days in TNA. I have never not been a Christopher Daniels fan. And the fact that he has been wrestling as long as he has, you know, I mean, this guy consistently puts on hellacious matches, and it's always entertaining to watch. And watching a guy at his age still able to pull off the best moonsault ever, on top of throwing his body around. He got cut open early on in the match and was a bloody fucking mess by the end, but was still going at 100%. And it's guys like him.
Like somebody dipped a rubber chicken head first in some ketchup.
Yeah, no, legit. That's exactly what it looked like. And it was slightly disturbing, but oh my god, I can't say enough good things about Christopher Daniels. I mean, it is sad, like, based on his promo, it is sad to know that one day he's not going to be wrestling anymore.
Yeah.
But he is guaranteed going to be pivotal in a lot of future wrestling stars, whether it's training or just advice or just being in the same locker room. There's a lot of people that I'm sure have and will gain a lot of advice and help from Christopher Daniels. Before I head to number one, honorable mentions?
I have two
honorable
mentions. One is from a little bit earlier on in September. And I'm talking the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Champions, Heath Slater and Rhino. A very eclectic team, but I think the charm of them really won the audience over.
Yeah.
Heath Slater was already winning the audience over with the whole undrafted gimmick.
Which is why he was on last month's top 5, because he was instantly... I could not have guessed that this gimmick would have gotten over as much as it did.
Yeah, but then winning the tag team championships, just to, you know, to roll with the tag team thing
Yeah,
you got going
absolutely.
on. You know, on I think it was the 11th of September.
Yeah.
Or so, yeah. You know, that really solidified it. That you know, these guys weren't just, maybe they were put together as like a little jokey team, but then they ended up kind of taking everybody's hearts by storm and winning all the matches by gore and becoming the first ever tag team champions of the SmackDown brand after the draft.
You know, and it's something that we didn't expect to see Heath Slater do.
No.
Especially with anybody, we never thought it would be with Rhino.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Rhino beat Heath Slater for a SmackDown contract.
Exactly.
Like weeks before they became partners.
Yeah.
My other honorable mention goes to a team that we haven't even seen team yet.
Oh, I know where you're going with this.
No team.
So excited for this.
No team could have generated more buzz for their eminent combination of joinment, togetherness, of just standing on the ramp next to each other.
Like a less than 5-minute promo, and they captivated millions.
Literally, when Ty Dillinger was walking up the ramp and Bobby Roode came out, that moment was glorious. It was perfect. It was 10. And it was not even before Bobby Roode had to say anything that the crowd knew what was happening.
Oh, yeah.
That we knew what was happening.
And we were ready for it.
And it was the tag team we didn't know we needed. But as Corey Graves said, the greatest tag team that ever lived has just formed before our eyes. And, that pop for a team that hasn't happened yet.
They popped while they were forming. That's,
That sounds dirty. Or gross in a scientific, biological way. But yeah, no, it's... I can't remember last time the idea of two guys teaming together garnered so much adoration from the fans when it wasn't even time for them to actually have their match yet.
Yeah. I'm so excited to see what their chemistry is in the Dusty Classic.
I'm going to call them the Glorious 10.
That's or Perfectly Glorious, whatever you want to call them.
Or Ty Dillinger and Bobby Roode.
Or Bobby Dillinger and Ty Roode, as
I called them earlier.
Some people
off camera
might say accidentally. Fantastic honorable mentions. I would not be surprised to see the Perfectly Glorious 10 on a future top 5 once the Dusty Classic kind of gets on a rolling. But we're going to move on to number 1. And as I said, all 3 members from the Ladder War 6 are in it. That means
Edge
number
and
1...
Christian.
Wrong. Number 1 is the current and 2-time now ROH Tag Team Champions, the Young Bucks. What is there to say about the Young Bucks? The Young Bucks should be on the top 5 all the time because they are the Young Bucks. Every Young Buck match is an awesome match because they are the hottest tag team in pro wrestling today. I don't think you could put 2 guys that are more popular, more over, more exciting to watch than the Young Bucks. Not only as a tag team, but being part of the Bullet Club. The things that
That's
they are.
a fair statement.
The things that they are known for.
They just don't make the top 5 every month because there is a limit of how many super kicks you can do before you're kicked off the top 5.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason why they get disqualified most months.
Yeah, I mean...
This month, they skimmed by having 1.5 less super kicks than...
It was a very close margin, but on top of how great they are, on top of the sacrifice that they made along with the Addiction and the Machine Guns in Ladder War 6, they are currently 2-time and reigning ROH champions. They are 4-time and current PWG Tag Team Champions. And they are current and reigning 5-time IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions at the same freaking time.
Weird, all those companies have working agreements together.
It is amazing. Like, if you saw Adam Cole and Kevin Owens' picture that they posted after Kevin Owens won the Universal title, them sitting in beds, they recreated that with Adam Cole sitting in one and the Young Bucks sitting in another bed with all 6 of their tag team titles just hanging out.
I like the one they had with them, and then they had the Bucks under the beds.
So, I mean, that right there just solidifies how important of a tag team they are. That, regardless of the fact that they are, 3 companies that are working together, there's still different people running them, and all three companies are like, yeah, we'll put the Young Bucks as the tag team champions at the same time. The Young Bucks, still young, still have a ton of time in their careers. I could go on for hours about how good the Young Bucks are, but as triple tag team champions currently, all in multiple reigns in different companies, congratulations to the Young Bucks for making it to spot number 1 on Travis's top 5. But that is it for the top 5. Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like and comment and subscribe.
Click all the links down in the description. They'll send you to all of our social medias. You can check out that SoundCloud link for our regular 4 reviews in podcast form. Check out Reasonable Wrestling Fans because we got 3 videos that have popped up this week where you get to see me drink something nasty, you get to see him watch something nasty, and you get to watch us unbox some Wrestle Crate. Check
that
out.
won't be nasty, hopefully.
Nope. Oh, God. Hopefully not. Also, check out all the extra videos that will be coming out on this page because you don't get them in podcast form. You get this video, obviously, and then we will also be having our No Mercy predictions as No Mercy comes to us this Sunday. So, thanks for watching, and we'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next.
Did you also know that the current SCW Tag Team Champions in Toronto?
Who?
The Young Bucks.
What?
Too sweet, bro.